We are rolling on, is this part 4, I guess, of the day's events, and we need to roll in quite far and struggle up more like that, and tighten the camera, which is rolling, and we are about to hear from Elizabeth. Does someone someone can time Elizabeth?
No.
Okay, good. All right, very good. Okay, Elizabeth, begin.
Topic: that the United States locks up too many prisoners. This proposition is to be presented as a policy case in the affirmative. Criteria. The criteria is a preservation of human rights and cost-saving benefits. All sources are from 2014 or later unless otherwise noted. Definitions. Too many. I will argue that too many is a point at which marginal cost outweighs the marginal benefit of housing each prisoner. What's the problem? Incarceration rates in the U.S. have skyrocketed to 1 in 15, and have especially affected African Americans and other minority groups. According to the Economist article, "Too many prisons make bad people worse. There's a better way." Incarceration rates have actually dropped since 2008, but the U.S. still imprisons more people than any other rich country. As Joshua Gertzow and Eric Schoen wrote, these rates have had a disproportionate effect on African Americans, contributing to racial inequality in labor markets, wages, and health. How big is the problem? Prisons are overcrowded, and the cost of building and maintaining new prisons in California alone is between $7 and $15 billion. According to the Supreme Court case Brown v. Plata, 2011, prisoners retain the essence of human dignity inherent in all persons. Furthermore, the Eighth Amendment prohibits cruel and unusual punishment. Therefore, due to the severity of the overcrowding, the court ordered the state to reduce its prison occupancy to no more than 137.5% of design occupancy. As Pitts, Griffin, and Johnson argue in their article, "Contemporary Prison Overcrowding, Short-Term Fixes to a Perpetual Problem." The cost per prisoner of building a new facility is $75,000, not including the upkeep cost, which makes California's recent prison expansion program cost taxpayers between $7 and $15 billion. The Supreme Court stated there was no other feasible solution to fix the problem of overcrowding other than reducing the prison population. Why do we have the problem? Prison administrators and politicians who have financial and political incentives to maintain the status quo. As and Schoen wrote, politicians have an advantage in appearing tough on crime, but far less incentive to build more prisons, which are costly and politically unpopular. Prison administrators also benefit from overcrowded prisons since it gives them an opportunity to lobby for more personnel, budgets, and stricter control. The Supreme Court decision Rhodes v. Chapman, 1981, helped pave the way for mass incarceration by declaring there is no constitutional right to comfortable prisons. According to Jonathan Simon in The New Overcrowding, Rhodes was a major contributing factor to overcrowding by not setting a limit to the number of prisoners per cell. If they'd done this, it's unlikely that overcrowding would be an issue since the government would have an incentive to find less costly methods of enforcing the law. What's the solution? Increase the use of parole, house arrest, electronic tracking devices, and early release for qualified prisoners. As the Economist argued, not only were these programs 8 times cheaper than prison, they also tended to have a lower recidivism rate at 13% compared to 22%. According to Pitts, Griffin, and Johnson, many of these methods do not have an immediate effect on overcrowding since they take time to implement. Early release does have an immediate effect, though it's usually reserved as a last resort measure. Increase the use of prison labor. According to Scow in her Los Angeles Times article, "Prison labor isn't slavery." As a prisoner herself, she found working gave her a sense of purpose and potential for a career once she got out of prison. 30 to 40% of the firefighters battling wildfires are prisoners, but many companies fear that hiring prisoners will tarnish their socially conscious image. This is a mistake. Prisoners who work have lower rates of recidivism and learn valuable skills that will help them get jobs, provided they are allowed unions to protect workers' safety. Will the solution work? The Norway experiment. As laid out in "Too Many Prisons Make Bad People Worse," Norway's system is different. They also use prison labor, just as Bosel advised, and stressed the importance of independence and education. Norway's incarceration rate is already very low, but more importantly, the recidivism rate is lower than ours, even when prison is for the worst criminals. The California experiment. California has implemented, according to Pitts, Griffin, and Johnson, a multifaceted realignment policy. Much of the reduction occurs by diverting less dangerous criminals to local jails, giving local parole boards more leeway, and restricting parole revocations. As limited as California's efforts are, they are a step in the right direction. What are the advantages to this proposal? Human rights. Keeping the status quo is a rejection of fundamental human rights of prisoners. Decrease costs. We simply cannot maintain the current level of prisoners or build more prisons. A lower prison population is less expensive.
30
On
seconds.
balance, what overweighs? The current system is unconstitutional, too expensive, and violates basic human dignity. Building more prisons would not substantially stop overcrowding and would be a needless expenditure. I now stand open for cross-examination and points of clarification.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Let's get that 1 minute cross-examination, get your critique done, and get you on the road. Thank you so much. Okay. Begin, please.
Hi, I'm Salad.
What's your name?
Salad.
Salad?
Yes.
Your name is Salad. Okay. Hi, Salad.
Hi.
Salad. Okay. Salad. Okay. Begin, Salad.
So, in the U.S. prison system, we already have a parole system. How do you think the parole system in your solution is still useful for lower the recidivism rate?
30 seconds.
The parole boards don't have as much leeway in giving parole or adjusting it. So, unfortunately, because of the tough on crime policies, people want to keep people in prison as opposed to using parole.
So how do you think the electronic tracking is working for lower the recidivism rate? Do you think with just lock up time is more convenience?
Well, if you have electronic trackers, people can monitor if someone is committing a crime and stop them and before they do it.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, you may leave. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Wilcox and Salad. Okay, who's going to go next? Salad? Okay, Salad, let me have your brief. Okay, let me, okay, thank you so much. You call Armand.
Is that 5
Call
minutes?
Armand, yeah, it's 5 minutes. Yeah, can you reset that?
Okay, I added it to your
No, call Armand Salehi. Yeah, I just want to call
calling
him.
Armin Salehi.
Oh, your name is Young, not Salad.
Just nickname.
Young,
Next time
Young,
say what?
Wah, not Salad.
Yeah.
Oh, you go by the name Salad? That's your nickname,
No, just
Salad?
a nickname.
Your nickname is Salad? Okay, you like to eat salad? Okay, great. Okay, Young. Okay, Young, begin.
Okay, hi, today I want to present my rule that I do not agree the United States law of too many prisoners. First, let me explain the critical word too many. According to the Oxford English Dictionary 2017, too many can be explained as one or more than is wanted, needed, or beneficial. By the definition, I don't think we are a lot of too many people. However, from the economic article, we can see that part of our society have the foreign crime. They think that we are paying too much because the government keep locked up people. However, it is just a small amount of the U.S. spending. According to the CBS News in 2014, U.S. government spending on prison is $80 billion per year. It sounds a lot, but in fact, in 2014, the U.S. government's total spent $3.5 trillion. Which makes the $18 billion is only 2% of the total spending. Also, it's also mentioned that the aging population in the prison is the reason for the increasing cost, but not the number of the prisoners. Second, they think that the property crime is not necessary to have such a long and harsh sentence. According to the UCS report in 2016, the property crime is always multiple times for the foreign crime, which partly shows that the people share the same idea that they don't see non-foreign crime as serious as the foreign crime, and they are more willing to take the risk. To stop this falsehood, we are necessary to maintain the standards and sentence for the non-foreign crime. Shorten the sentence will only mislead them more. So however is the problem? When the data seems showing that U.S. like to lock up its own citizens, not much people know that the fact that our crime rate is decreasing from 2010 to 2016 for 14%. This is from the U.S. crime report in 2015. More importantly, according to the same report, the population of the United States increased nearly 14 million people. Still, we get the 14% decrease in the crime. This is very enough to prove that we have been doing the right job to our criminals. Further, it means that our certain law and prison policy are effective and contributed. So, if we do not lock up those criminals, we will get more serious problems in the future. A stable society is a more important factor for a good business environment. As a student, we also concerned about the safety problem in the U.S. Not to mention that the investor and the company. If we do not lock up the dangers to our society, not only our daily life will be affected. Also, the investor may give up their investment in the U.S. and looking for a safer pay, and it will cause a bigger losses to our economy. So the large inmate population is mainly caused by two reasons: the high recidivism rate and the poverty. According to the Bureau of Statistics of 2016, about 2/3 of the released prisoners will be arrested within 3 years.
Two left.
The high recidivism rate makes the inmate population rate remain steady. On the other hand, the reports show that the biggest proportion of crime is burglary and theft. It is both related to money. At the same time, also found that the poverty criminals were more likely to be rearrested, which shows that the poverty is the important cause to the crime rate and prison return rate. So for safety of our society, we must maintain our law enforcement tough and consistently. However, we can do the following to release the stress on the prison overcrowding. First, we can build more prisons. Second, we need to have more support to the kids in the criminal family. By supporting them financially and educate them in the early age, we can lower the chance to engage in
One left.
The study in the interest of criminology in 2014 said that with a criminal father, the kids have a 48% chance to commit crime. So it is a very crucial method to lower the crime rate and reduce the population in the future prison. Last, we need to have more supportive program in the prison and after prison. We can hire them, the ex-prisoner, for 2 to 3 years after they are out of the prison. According to the survey of the employer in LA in 2015, less than 15 employers are willing to hire criminals because they are out of touch with the society for a long while. But with our new program, we can offer 2-year experience for the ex-prisoner. It is positively to change the employer mind.
10 seconds.
So safety is the most important issue for us, no matter how much we need to pay. Not to mention that it's just 3% of our total spending, and we can save more money in the future. So
Time. I now stand open for cross-examination.
So
Okay.
I'm now standing for the.
Okay, put your paper down so you don't hide your face. Thank you. Just move over that way. That way, that way, that way. Okay, good, yeah. Thank you. Okay, good.
You mentioned about like lockup, like the prisoner is very expensive.
Look at me, not her.
Since we are not decreasing like the incarcerate, so where's the money come from?
What is your name?
Meijing.
Mei Jing.
G.
Mei Jing. Okay, Mei Jing, cross-X. Okay, good. Go.
As I mentioned that in my brief, the prison spending is only 3% of our total spending, so it is not really a lot. But I think for the solution, for the money, where's the money come from, we can taxes on the alcohol or taxes on the cigarettes, something like that. We can have more taxes on the entertainment so that we can have the money to like apply our solution.
You mentioned about there is some like lock problem. If the prisoner they're not like violent crime, why do we lock up them?
Because if you do not lock up the violent crime, people will think that it is not very serious, and then it will make the unstable for the society, and the investor will not be likely to invest in the United States.
Okay, good. Time's up. Thank you. Come in. Door's open. I asked you to unlock the door.
I thought you asked me to lock the door.
No, unlock the door. Hi, yeah.
I just came to quickly tell you that have to go home right now.
Oh, you have to go home.
I just need help. Like, I have to go to Newport Beach.
Oh, so you can't do the
2.5
thing.
hours to get there. But
Oh, okay.
I'm
So you
really
can't
sorry.
do the thing, and you're not going to be at the meeting tonight. Okay, great. All right. Well, that puts a damper on things. I was going to have you run some stuff off too. All right. Well, we're not going to do that either then. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You have to leave immediately.
Yeah,
right?
like before 4:30.
4:30. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
I have to go.
I have to go right now. All right. Well, that's life. Okay. Okay. You ready to? You've done yours already, so we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, I was gonna say if you could go down and load some thick paper in the printer for me, that'd be great. But you can't. You gotta go. Okay.
As soon as possible, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Have a good weekend. And if you have any questions, just call me. I'll be in the car for 2 hours.
Yeah.
If I can
Yeah.
help
Okay.
you.
Yeah. I gotta turn this off. Okay. Good. Thank
Let
you.
me know. I'll call.